Kumusta?
Good day.
你好
Sawadee
Sinjao.
Finding meaningful employment is one of the most critical steps for migrants settling into Queensland. But what happens when qualification doesn't translate and systemic obstacles block migrants' pathway towards meaningful employment? Therefore, our research, in partnering with the ECCQ, we aim to explore challenges migrants face in obtaining meaningful employment. Meaningful employment is more than a paycheck. It's work that is significant and worthwhile. It matches their values and identity, contributes to one's well-being, their social and cultural life. Yet data shows that nearly half of migrants in Queensland cannot use their overseas qualifications or work experience in current jobs. This leads to underemployment in a phenomenon called de-skilling. Instead of working in their fields, many migrants are forced into survival jobs, low-paid, insecure work, just to make ends meet.
To understand these lived experience, we used a qualitative research approach. We conducted semi-structured interviews with 9 ethnic community leaders across Queensland, representing the Latino community and Black community and more. Each interview lasts 30 to 45 minutes, allowing for in-depth discussion shaped around the personal journey and the community experience. These interviews were guided by a research question, where we asked, what challenges does ethnic communities face in the seeking of meaningful employment? In what way does these struggles shape migrants' perception of belongings? How does Australian community development address migrant unemployment? And how effectively does it contribute to employment? What emerged were 3 major categories of barriers: structural barriers, interpersonal barriers, and support. Let's explore each.
Structural barriers are the systemic obstacles built into our employment systems. Here, participants noted barriers stemming from the formal, bureaucratic systems, including strict and complex visa restrictions and conditions, race, gender, inadequate or support programs within migrant worker programs. One participant told us, racism is not going to disappear from one day to another. It is a structural change, it is an individual change, a cultural change within the country. Discrimination starts at the application stage, but the barriers that create it run deep, structurally and culturally. Participants shared how their names and accents became barriers. Some even changed their names on resumes just to get callbacks. Atop this mental toll, the opportunities that are available to migrants are limited. Many participants experience working survival labor that the mainstream are not willing to take. From cleaning to factory labor, they experience limited protections, wages, and hours. Years of education and international experience went unrecognized. In addition to discrimination, bureaucratic systems often fail migrants. Refugee support programs give caseworkers barely enough time to recover from trauma, let alone find meaningful employment. As one former caseworker said, 6 months is not even enough for them to get help and recover from trauma. And once they enter the labor market, confidence cannot be projected in someone who has been oppressed for their entire life.
Mixed with these systematic barriers are the daily interpersonal challenges that migrants face, eroding confidence and belonging. Cultural differences create invisible barriers. While Australian teens gain work experience from age 15, migrants arrive without this local context, putting them at an immediate disadvantage. One participant described the impact. There's always that imposter syndrome where, even if I'm answering the question, I'm not sure if it's the right thing. Participants described unprofessional interviews lacking cultural sensitivity that made them feel weird, weak, and unwelcome. They faced pressure to westernize themselves just to fit in. Without employments, migrants questioned their worth and belonging. One participant explained, having a job validates you. It means I'm part of this society, able to work and contribute.
While formal systems often failed, migrants, families, and communities become their lifeline. From reviewing their CVs to start sharing jobs opportunities within communities to navigate their emotions, participant describes how their communities formed informal support networks.
These networks offer more than help. They create space for connections, collaborations, and collective strength.
But workplace support remained lacking. Participants struggling with feeling fertility regarding training program and the workplace not understanding what migrants employees are going through. The emotional toll is severe. You come here with all the energy, all the passion, but when you start seeing all the difficulties, you start spiraling down. These compounding barriers create a pessimism about change. When asked about the future, one participant said, migrants will be stuck with survival jobs is a waste for everyone. Another explained, I won't even bother trying to fix the systems. It's a 200-year system designed with the interests of powerful elites, never with the interests of the migrants. Here it is clear that challenges towards meaningful employment for migrants manifest themselves in the migrants' perception of trust with the systems, a system that has never been designed with the interests of the migrants.
Our research points to clear solutions: ongoing check-ins to ensure clients receive guidance through each stage of their employment progression, empower community leaders to support their own communities without relying on ECCQ by providing resources and relevant connections, and strengthen capacity-building programs. Develop place-based hiring initiatives that match local workforce needs and recognize migrants' overseas qualifications, and encourage the Queensland government and private sectors to co-create job programs that address uneven labour market distribution.
We'd like to express our gratitude to all our participants and ECCQ.
We'd like to also thank you, our Professor Paul Henman,
And Dr. Elizabeth Rosa Hearn,
And Dr. Jenny Monroe.
And together, we can make meaningful employment a reality for all.